Italy's beaches are not what you think. Sure, Italy has some of the best beaches in the entire world, but too many tourists struggle with trying to figure out where to go, what to do to get there, and how to enjoy that beach without spending a small fortune. But today I'm going to give you some big Italy beach secrets that will help you understand how the entire system works there so that you can plan a perfect beach day on your next trip to Italy. And stick around until the end because I'm going to give you a hidden gem of a beach that most people miss. I'm Gary with Optimal Travel. Let's get started. The first time I ever went to a beach in Italy, I could tell right away something was different. They're not at all like the beaches most of us are used to in North America. And this is because much of the coastline in Italy is actually privatized. If you drive along the coast in Italy, you will come across loads of beach clubs, also called Lido or Bagni, and they will be along the beaches where the land has actually been leased to them. So they cordon it off, usually with fences, sometimes ropes, and they don't let you onto their beach unless you're a paying customer. Typically, they want you to rent a sunbed and umbrella. So 2 sunbeds and an umbrella might cost you anywhere from 30 to 60 euros just for the day. And at more expensive cities, it could be even more than that. Not to mention, once you're in there, you're kind of held captive. Some of these actually frown upon you bringing in your own food and drink. And depending on where you are in Italy and where you want to go to the beach, some of the coastline is privatized almost up to 100%. In fact, this is the case for one of Italy's more famous beaches on the Adriatic Riviera, Gatteo a Mare, which is 100% privatized. Now, there are other beaches nearby that are less so, but they still approach 80 to 90% privatized. Beaches in the Tuscany region typically have a high privatization rate. Also, Mondello Beach in Sicily, which is another famous beach that tourists flock to, is also heavily privatized. All of this can make a day at the beach in Italy cost a fortune, but it doesn't have to if you know this next secret. It's actually pretty easy to find a free beach in Italy. Now, I will warn you, depending on when you go and where you go, sometimes the free spots are small and crowded. However, you don't have to pay a fortune to enjoy a great day at the beach.
I never thought Italy would be a great beach destination until we traveled to the south of Italy. There's the best beaches ever. Beautiful water, beautiful ruins, beautiful food. Everything is just amazing.
I'm going to give you one example here of a very famous spot in the Puglia region, which is Le Due Sorelle, which is this spot where right off the shore a little bit, and you can swim right out to it, are these huge rock pillars right out of the water. It's an amazing place. The water here is also crystal clear. It rivals or exceeds Caribbean standards. However, there are many lidos along this beach, and it's kind of hard to get in if you don't know where the free beaches are. So if you look at this map here, you can see on Google Maps, they will list Spiaggia Libera, and that's Italian for free beach. And at any of those free beaches, you can access the beach. Here you can see the coastline where Le Due Sorelle is, and it's all beachfront. However, between the 2 free spots are all lidos that you have to pay for, but you don't have to go in through the lido. There's free access at the 2 free spots which bookend the whole beach, and you can lay a towel there, put up an umbrella there, pretty much do anything you want there, and you can walk the whole beach, because while the land to these private beach clubs is leased to those purveyors, they are not allowed to block access to the shoreline, so you can walk the beach with no problem. And there are other free beaches all throughout Italy. You just have to do a little research before you go. Look up on Google the area you want to hit a beach up at, and it will tell you where the free beaches are. Just look for Spiaggia Libera. In a minute, I'm going to give you a little trick that'll help you find the access to free beaches all throughout Italy. But first, let me know if you've been to a beach in Italy. Do you prefer the free beaches, or do you prefer the more pampered beach clubs? Let me know in the comments below. One problem that many tourists face when going to the beach in Italy is that many of them have become overcrowded. Tourists flock from all over Europe to Italy's beaches, as well as from the United States and Canada. And it is not always easy to find space when they get super crowded. And some beaches in the more iconic regions have actually started capping visitors and charging a fee for a reservation to get into the beach, which is supposed to be a free beach. This happens commonly on Sardinia's iconic beaches, where if you don't have that reservation, you can't get in. And when you're paying that fee, which might be between 3 and 5 euros per person, it doesn't include anything. It's just for access to the free beach. But it's a way that they're trying to control the crowds. So more and more beaches in Italy are starting to implement this in the more popular touristy areas. You want to check out the beaches that you want to go to online ahead of time and see if they require a reservation and fee to get in.
There are so many places also in which you can do snorkeling, and that's for free. Just bring your own gear and suit up, enjoy it.
And you might be wondering, how exactly do I get to the beach? Do I need a car? Can I take public transportation? And I'm going to tell you all about that next. But first, if you would take a minute and subscribe to our channel. That way you won't miss our next video, and it does help us grow. The good news is you don't even need a car to get to the beach in Italy. In fact, some of the more popular and iconic beaches are right near the train stop. So it's pretty easy to book a train from Rome or Milano or wherever else you are to some of these beaches. I'm going to put a list up here of some of the big ones that you can walk to right from the train. If you take the train to Cinque Terre, it's a 2-minute walk from the train station to Figina Beach, which is one of the most famous sandy beaches in the region. From Portofino, it's about a 10-minute walk to the local beaches or to where there is a ferry you can get on to go to Paragi Beach, which is one of the most iconic beaches. Another popular spot is Camoli, which is only a 5-minute walk from the train station. In Tuscany, you can get to some of the more famous beaches like Via Reggio and Castiglioncello directly from the train station with a short walk. And those aren't the only ones. You can find this stuff out by using Google Maps. That's what I use because you can look up where train stations are near the coast and see exactly how long it would take to walk to the near beaches, whether you want a free beach or you want to go to a beach club. And if you want to check out some of the beaches in the south of Italy, which I highly recommend because they are some of the best beaches in the entire country, and they're a little bit less crowded because not as many people come down there. However, you probably would want to have a car. Most of the beaches in the southern Italy are not as easy to get to by train, but with a car, you can hit up 3-4 beaches in a day if you really want to check out the differences and the coastline. Or you can get to some of the more unique ones that you'd really struggle to get to on public transportation.
One of my favorite things when we go to the south of Italy is to rent a car and go from beach to beach and eat on all these restaurants that we find along the road. That's amazing.
That being said, I'm going to get to one beach in the Puglia region that you can actually get to by train, and it is a real gem. Unfortunately, I have noticed in some parts of Italy, there is a litter problem along the coastline, and you will see plastic bottles and things that are kind of unsightly. But Italy is cracking down on this, and there are several things you need to be aware of that could get you fined or worse if you don't know what the law is. On some beaches, like those in Capri, it is illegal to bring plastic bottles to the beach. So if you need to bring water or drinks, they need to be in a reusable container or glass. And then it is entirely illegal to scoop up sand, rocks, pebbles, or really anything from the coastline in Italy. And Sardinia takes this very seriously. If you are caught attempting to take some white or pink sand back home with you, you could face steep fines and possible jail time. And that's important to know because a lot of tourists come to these places thinking they'll just take a little free souvenir home. Don't try it. In Italy, leave everything where you found it. When I go to a beach now in Italy, I do a little more research into what kind of surfaces are at that beach because Italy has a wide variety of terrain. They have everything from pink sand to white sand to brown sand to pebbles to old lava flows going right out into the beach. And that's important to know because I have been to some beaches where I wasn't expecting this and I really paid the price with my feet later. Your best bet if you're going to Italy beaches is to get a pair of water shoes. They're the easiest thing to walk over pretty much any surface you're going to face at these beaches, and it will save your feet. Trust me. Now, because Italy's coastline is heavily privatized, the free beaches along the coast lack amenities. And this means they typically don't even have water stations, bathrooms, or places to clean up afterwards. So if you're looking for a shower or a foot wash when you're leaving the beach, it's probably not going to be there unless you pay to go into one of these Lido or Bagni clubs. We always fill up 1.5 liter bottles with tap water. You can find these bottles all over Italy, whether you're buying Coca-Cola or water or whatever it is. But once you are finished with it, don't throw that bottle away. Fill it up with tap water and leave it in your car. And that way, when you get back to your car from the beach, you can use that to rinse off your feet, your hands, anything else really. Depending on how many people are traveling with you, you might need several of these. But it's a workaround because the facilities at these beaches are almost non-existent unless you're paying for them. And then there are some quirky beach rules that Italy has that most North Americans are unfamiliar with. For one, it is actually illegal in a lot of towns to wear your swimwear outside of the beach. So the way a lot of these beaches are situated is that they're near towns. And if you're going to take a train to the beach, you're probably going to be walking from that train station through town to the beach. But when you're done at the beach, make sure you change back into street clothes, because if you walk with your bathing suit back through the town to get to the train station thinking that I'll get to the train station bathroom and I'll change there, it doesn't work that way. In some cities, you could actually be fined big money for doing this. Now, there are plenty of coastal towns and areas where they look the other way and they don't enforce this kind of thing. But to avoid the possibility of any fine, I would suggest changing out of your beachwear before you leave the beach. Now, if you're in a beach club, that's easy because they'll have changing rooms there for you. If you're at a free beach, you might have to walk to a public bathroom or find another way to do that. If you are staying at a hotel on a beach, you won't have any problem. You can walk back and forth to the hotel as long as it's not in the city center. Next, I'm going to tell you how to find that free beach access once you get there and give you a hidden gem of a beach that most people miss. But first, if you would take a minute and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and we'll continue to bring you travel content. So one of the best beaches in Italy that most people don't think about, and I mean the cleanest, purest, green, blue water that you can see all the way down to the bottom, out into the deep, is in Polignano a Mare. And this is a coastal town in the Puglia region between Bari and Brindisi that a lot of people want to see because of its unique structure. It's basically built on cliffs, and you can go and get some great viewpoints of the ocean and the entire town, and the architecture is very unique there. And it's also home to one of Italy's favorite sons, the singer-songwriter Domenica Madungo, who wrote the song Volare, which everybody knows worldwide. This is a great place to visit on its own, but the beach here is amazing. And it's one of those beaches you can take the train right to. In fact, it's only about a 10-minute slow walk from the train station. Very easy to get to, and you can get right into the water and take a nice swim. There are actually caves here that you can swim through. It is a pebble beach, so you will want those water shoes for this one. but it's very nice. It does get crowded on weekends. So if you want to hit up this beach, your best bet is to go midweek. There's no access fee, no reservation required. There are no Lidos here. You just basically go right in and it's easy to find.
Another advantage of going to the south of Italy is that if you are located near the hill, you can just check the weather app and see if it's better to drive east or west of the hill, and then you'll find the best weather for the beach day that you're looking for.
There are free beaches throughout Italy that you can access without having to pay anything, without even having to get a reservation. And the one trick that I have found usually works to figure out where to go to get into the free beach is follow the locals. Locals know where they're going. When you see people carrying their own equipment, carrying their own umbrellas, that's a sign they're heading to the free beach. And if you are going to an Italy beach in the middle of summer, there are going to be a lot of people there. It's just a very popular thing to do. And even if you make a mistake and start entering the beach through one of these private beach clubs, they will usually have a sign up. And what you want to look for is a sign that says Spiaggia Libera, or in some cases, it'll even say free beach because they know there's a lot of tourists coming accessing these beaches. So now that you can plan the perfect beach day on your next trip to Italy, a lot of tourists make some key packing mistakes when they come to Italy. I'll tell you how to avoid those right here.